8:37, Big 550 KTRS. Cat Neville is back from Feast Magazine. Time to get our feast fix. Before we get into our segment, Cat Neville, next time you go on vacation, you need to clear it through us first. I was so excited to see you last Wednesday, and it was such a letdown when you were you were in Miami.
I was in Vero Beach and then Miami. Yes.
Okay, yes.
I went to Art Basel and visited my mom and dad.
All right, good. How's Ray doing?
He's good.
Good. Tell him I said hi.
I will. A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, good. Somebody smells nice. Is that you? Who is that?
Definitely me.
Yeah, it's definitely. Well, you both smell nice.
I've been sitting next to you all morning.
Oh, that's what that smell was. All right. Feast Magazine from feastmagazine.com. Publisher, feastmagazine.com. Let's get to a couple restaurants.
Okay, well, so the first one, the December issue is out. I know I'm a week late, but I haven't checked in with you guys yet. So I wanted to bring in the December issue, and we ran a feature this month on Askinosie chocolate, which I wanted to talk about. It's available. It's made here in Missouri. It's made in Springfield, Missouri, and it is available throughout the entire country.
What's it called?
How do you spell it?
Askinosie, A-S-K. Oh gosh.
So like Ask a Nosy Neighbor?
Yeah.
No, it's actually the last name of the founder, Sean Askinosie.
Okay.
And so he originally was an attorney. And he is this guy who gets obsessed with various things. And after eating a chocolate dessert, was fascinated with the idea of how is chocolate made. So he went down to the Amazon and saw cocoa production happen. And he said on his way back from that trip, he just decided that he was going to quit his law practice and open a chocolate factory. So he is one of the
Where's the chocolate factory?
In Springfield,
I love
Missouri.
it when people do that. You know,
Springfield,
we're able
Missouri.
To do that.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, really. So he is one of the only bean to bar chocolate makers in the country. And what he does is he creates single origin chocolates. And he goes down, much like we're familiar with hearing the story of people that do artisan coffees.
Right.
He goes down and he meets the farmers and he works directly with them to source the beans, pays them fair wages for their product. And then the beans are fermented on the farms and then shipped in bags up to Springfield. And then he and his team of 15 people, they roast the beans. They then winnow the beans, so they take the hulls off, and then those cocoa nibs are ground, and then he actually separates. So cocoa butter is the fat that is found inside of the cocoa beans. So he is one of the only companies in the country that presses their own cocoa powder, cocoa butter. And then, so the remnant of that is cocoa powder. Right. And so I know it's kind of like, but what he does in his bars, the only thing that's in there is the chocolate that has been ground, the cocoa butter that he has expressed himself, and then organic sugar in these single origin bars. And they're amazing.
So after all that process, I just want to know, is the chocolate good?
It's delicious. It is absolutely delicious. And it is really complex. And he also does white chocolate, which a lot of people say, that's not chocolate. Mm-hmm. And I'm guilty of that. I have said that myself. But the base of his white chocolate is his cocoa butter that he has, made himself.
Right.
And then goat's milk and sugar. And that is what his white chocolate is. And he is, again, one of the only people. So you can find his products all over St. Louis.
What's the name of the company?
Askinosie Chocolate.
Askinosie Chocolate.
Yeah, he's been covered by the Wall Street Journal. He's been covered by the Oprah magazine. He's been covered by New York Times. He's won Good Food Awards.
So you buy it where you buy fine
it's
chocolate.
Bars. Yeah, it's bars. You can get it at Cacao. You can get it at Whole Foods. You can get it all over the place. He also does these collaborations, which is what he calls, and he does all these really interesting bars with different kind of culinary, like Zingerman's, the bloggers A Beautiful Mess, all this kind of stuff. So he reaches out to different, food people and does these amazing collaboration bars too.
How long has he been doing this?
Oh my gosh, I think it's 6 years, something like that.
What a great story.
It's amazing. The quality of this product is world class, and it's made here in Missouri, in Springfield. And so if you go to their website, you can see all the stuff that you can buy. Sean is a really interesting guy. You can buy their cocoa powder that I talked about. You can He even has this program, because the people that he buys the cocoa beans from, they live in, essentially very kind of poor conditions.
Right.
And so he not only pays the living wage to buy the cocoa beans, he also has a program in the Philippines where the farmers that are growing rice, you can buy bags of rice for him, where all of the money goes straight back to those farmers directly in the Philippines.
How about that? We'll get to number 2 here in a second, but first let me remind you, Jimmy's on the Park, proud sponsor of Cat Neville. I almost forgot. Sorry, Jimmy. 706 DeMund in Clayton, 725-8585. The website is jimmyscafe.com. Now through December 13th, this weekend, Jimmy's will be celebrating their 20th anniversary. 20th anniversaries for a great St. Louis spot, Jimmy's on the Park. For $25 a person, make your reservations now. 3-course meal, $25 a person, 725-8585. Go celebrate a great institution, Jimmy's Cafe, 706 DeMund in Clayton. All right, Askinosie
chocolate.
Askinosie chocolate.
It is, if you like dark, really kind of intense chocolate,
Right.
This is for you. Because it's single origin, like each one tastes different. It's so
Nice.
good.
All right, what's number 2?
Number 2 is a brand new restaurant in O'Fallon, Illinois. And have you guys heard of Peel Pizza in Edwardsville?
No.
We talked about it when they first opened
Okay.
a while ago. It is a wood-fired pizza place, and not in the same vein that we talked about the Pizzaoli, where it's very traditionally Neapolitan style.
Right.
This is, they do a lot of really funky, fun stuff, and they have a new location in O'Fallon, Illinois at 104 South Cherry Street, which is right kind of in O'Fallon's downtown area. Very easy to get to. It is massive and it is packed full of people. It has bars on both levels.
Nice.
They are actually a brew pub now, and so they're making 4 signature beers. They have a cream ale, an IPA, a brown ale, and a Belgian strong, which you can get in a sampler. They have a great beer, like craft beer, and really nice wine list, and the food is awesome. So it's all wood fired. They have wood fired wings, and like one that I had that I really liked was this Thai red curry. So they take the wing and they rub it with the Thai red curry. They roast it in that wood fired oven, so it has like this kind of smoky aspect to it. It's really nice, but then they cover that with like some cilantro and chopped peanuts, and it comes out piping hot. They also have classic like buffalo and all that. They have a maple bourbon wing that's really good, and then they do a number of different pizzas. They have classics, like sausage and margarita and all that kind of stuff, but they also do some really fun ones, like again a Thai chicken curry. They have a wild mushroom pizza with like creminis and all that kind of good stuff. They have a jalapeno sausage pizza where they do bread and butter pickled jalapenos on top of this pizza with bacon and sausage and tomato, and it's awesome.
I could eat pizza for the rest of my life.
Oh my goodness, it's so good.
I think I could too.
Yeah.
It's really, really tasty.
Peel pizza?
Peel.
And
so a peel is the thing
right.
that you use, the wooden implement that you use to take the pizza out of the oven to turn it around while you're cooking
The big
it.
flat one, yeah.
Yeah,
You can actually
exactly.
make those. You can make those. Woodworkers
Well,
make
you
them all the
can.
time.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. All right, Peel Pizza in O'Fallon, 104 South Cherry Street.
Yes.
And Askinosie.
Askinosie chocolates.
And you can remember that by Ask a Nosy Neighbor.
Yes, that's how you can remember.
That's how you
Ask
can
a
do it.
nosy neighbor.
I'm not a nosy neighbor. I got nosy neighbors, but that's a whole other story. All right, Cat Neville from Feast Magazine and Feast.com. What's going on?
Yes. Well, tonight is the funeral of a friend whiskey tasting at Sanctuaria. It's the second one, and so they're having this. It's a very rare Elijah Craig bourbon that you can go in and taste, and it's you're toasting farewell to Heaven Hill Distilleries. Their exclusive bourbon barrels that they're no longer going to be able to get. It's really fun.
So
This
they're
is
having
a reason
they're
to
having a
drink
funeral.
anytime.
Do you need a reason? If you do, this is the reason.
They're having a funeral for
a friend is what they're calling it
because the bourbon barrels will no longer be made.
Yeah, well, I think that I think it's actually that the restaurants, they're not having like a restaurant. They're not giving the barrels to the restaurants anymore.
Who the person who owns Sanctuaria?
Yes.
He has a brewery, does he?
They have Cathedral Square Brewing.
Cathedral Square Brewing,
They
okay.
have Hendrick. What's the name of it's in St. Charles, the barbecue place. Is it Hendrick's?
Hendrick's?
Yeah,
Okay.
Hendrick's Barbecue.
I believe you.
And then, and then Diablito's.
Cathedral is the one, because I had a Cathedral Square beer.
Delicious beer.
Holy mackerel, it's fantastic.
Beer.
Yeah.
And Sanctuaria is a great restaurant. And if you're an art lover, their art collection in there is amazing. But the food is great. And they've always been known for their cocktail program. And so if you're into bourbon tonight, this is the place to go.
That's
for
the place to go.
Yep.
And the place to go is feastmagazine.com. Newsstands everywhere. The newest
yes,
issue.
The cover is a
it's beautiful cover.
Pastries everywhere, and that's Simone over at La Patisserie Chouquette's.
Yes,
It's
God bless you.
It is delish.
Pick it up, newsstands everywhere, and subscribe. Go to feastmagazine.com.
Absolutely.
Kat, have a good week.
Thank you.
All right, 8:48 here, Big 550 KTRS. Everybody needs a good butcher, right? My butcher, Menino's Market, right
got a
there.
guy.
I got a guy.